Hello and welcome. Today is July 18th, 2024, and today we'll be playing some vrising. I am your host, Xolo Q. I am a Xolo Eats Quaintly, Reaper, and Guide to the Underworld. On today's stream, I'll be trying to work on my crafting castle on my server, and I definitely look forward to see how everything turns out. I've been trying to... Well, actually, while I was sick, I also was working on my castle over here in Gloomrot, but that's a story for another day, I guess. I'm actually going to head over there right now just to pick up some supplies, and then I will be headed back to this castle. So I guess anyone here will get a quick sneak peek of this castle. That was not the plan, but it will be now. And let's go. Wow, I almost got zapped with lightning. That was kind of funny. Alright. So, just a recap from last time. Last time we finished off the bottom floor. We worked on most of this stuff about maybe 2 streams ago, and then we worked on this area, the closet area, and this room here, as well as the library. So we worked on this room, the library last time. I'm pretty satisfied with how it turned out. So I think I'm gonna keep everything I have here, and we're just going to start off on the second floor. Now, I'm not too sure how I'm gonna set up the second floor. I have some ideas, but I haven't, like... I guess I haven't put so much thought into it that I'm, like, prepared for, you know, the ultimate, you know, build, if that makes sense. So, I'm just going to start off by making 2 solid towers here. So, one of them is going to be... kind of closed off here for now, and I'm thinking what I should do is just make the elevated parts well, actually, let me go into the sky to explain it a little bit better. Alright, so what I'm thinking is that for this part and this part, the 2 elevated platforms on the map, as you can see probably in the corner here, I'm going to make those into their own separate towers, and then in the center I'm going to have a nice garden kind of thing, maybe like a maze-like setup, but I haven't decided exactly what. What I do know though is that I definitely want to have a good setup here for things like prison cells, and also servants' not coffins. Actually, yes, servants' coffins. So this first stairway leads up from the room here, which is the forge. So since this is leading up from the forge, I think maybe having my coffin cells up here might be, sorry, not oh my god, I said coffin cells as if I'm putting them like in a coffin in a cell or something. Like that made no sense. Wow. Yeah, so I think over here I'm probably gonna have some prison cells, and then over there I might put up some coffins, because that staircase over in this direction leads up to the, or it leads down, I should say, to the what is it called? The workshop I meant to say. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a little bit of castle construction here. It's gonna be a little wild because I haven't like set up any like, you know, sure plans as far as like what I want to do or what I feel is best for this castle. So I'm gonna kind of wing it here for the second floor, and then like I'm kind of debating if I should work on this area first, like the garden area. So this is going to be like a huge garden area. I'm debating if I should work on this first or if I should work on the 2 towers. And right now, the idea of working on the 2 towers is a little bit more enticing, I'll say. So I think what I might do is I might actually extend these tiles a little bit, just to create something that kind of looks a little bit more evened out. So I think that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm actually gonna extend this a little bit, even though I really only wanted to have the sides, like the side pieces kind of like extended, but I think it's okay if I do this. Sometimes it's about the form, not so much the placement of the form. So I'm just gonna see if there's anything else I want to do that maybe might be a good idea here. Oh wow, so this could lead... I didn't realize the staircase was like right here. It might be a good idea to have this window here actually, so I can just quickly hop from one place to another, and then maybe put like a door here so that it's easy for me to go through, and oh, I changed my mind, I'm coming back out, and then it's like easy. So that might be a good idea. I'm thinking about what else to make, because I could, I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to think about it a little bit. And you know what? I'm also out of plant fibers. I think I have some downstairs. I'm gonna check real quick. I'm pretty sure I have a stack of them downstairs, but if I don't, I'll just give myself a bunch. Let's see. Oh. Okay, so I have a few. Oh, I don't know why I have some in the seeds pile. That's kind of odd. There we go. Kagu, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? How are you doing, friend? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do here. And a lot of it's going to be me walking around just trying to figure that out. I mean, I feel like something like this can't really be rushed, like for a castle like this. Originally, I was going to put like a railing around the sides of everything, but I've decided against it. So I'm just going to remove this railing that I placed previously. And I'm just going to put solid walls here. I might put windows or something, but as far as things go right now, I think I'm just going to maybe close that out, and then here I'll just have solid walls. There we go. And now we go upstairs, and I have to close this out as well. I think I can also place one more staircase here. Yeah, I can, because remember, this is a like this staircase area is actually a elevated area of the castle. So you see how like down here is where like the base of the castle is. So I can actually go up an extra floor. So we're only technically on the first floor here. So I can go up 2 more floors, I think. So yeah, I think that might be something I do here. So I'm gonna place another staircase, and then I'm gonna start putting down some foundation over on this side. Just as a placeholder for now, but I'm sure this is gonna change as time goes on. I definitely want to have some kind of like setup where I can put as many cages as possible up here for the prisoners. But this is also a really scenic area, so I have to kind of be careful about what I'm gonna do. I think on this floor, the second floor, I might put like a kind of like a closed balcony kind of thing here, but I haven't quite decided. I might put like a railing or something. I have to think about it a little bit more. But yeah, the fact that I even have this beautiful waterfall here is really nice. I'm okay, my great and badass student. Awesome. Hello, Hiruko Kagetane. Welcome to the chat. And Rancho Daz. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. You know what? I think another staircase setup here might not be a bad idea. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna get the staircase setup I want. So I might just do this. Oh no, the castle height limit has been reached. Am I misreading this for some reason? Hold on. This is the solid ground. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is 3rd floor. I'm dumb. Apparently I can't read or write or count. I discovered earlier this week that I can't count because apparently I think that 2x2s are 4x4s like an idiot, and I didn't realize it until someone like commented and was like, hey, this is actually 2x2, not 4x4. And I was like, oh my god, I typed 4x4. Like, I didn't even realize like I did that until like someone said something. And I felt like kind of stupid about it because I was like, man, like that's such a like silly mistake too. But you know, it'd be like that sometimes. Actually, I'm gonna change this up and let's add maybe some cage gates here. I'm gonna make another enclosed area here. I don't want to leave this open. There we go. And if this staircase has to be outside, I'm okay with that. Let's add a couple of pillars to make sure that this even makes visual sense. Alright. Hello, Emu. Welcome to the chat. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. And let's see. Can we add... Well, okay, so something else that stands out to me here. I have a staircase area here that I've enclosed, but the more I look at it, the less I like this. So part of me kind of wants to put almost like a path going like this way and then like leading eventually to the other building. But part of me kind of doesn't want to do that. I don't know. I have to think about it. So like if I do something like this, right? I kind of don't want to do anything crazy. So I might just like connect it like this so that the two are at least, you know, put together. Because I don't want a bunch of, you know, staircase connection bullshit. Like I want something that's going to maybe be fine. I could square it out. Like if I make a square, it could look fine. I don't know. I gotta think about it. There's a lot of thinking that's going on today, apparently. Oh no. Of course it'll burn me here. And luckily it fits perfectly, so I can actually just be stuck right there. So this is actually a nice setup. Maybe this square isn't a bad idea. I tend to like putting squares in like my gardens and stuff, but that wasn't really the plan here. Maybe it's just meant to be this time. And of course, I want to make sure that I don't trap myself unnecessarily here. I want something that looks nice, but isn't too flashy, because remember, this is the dungeon. You know, it's funny because most dungeons are like underground, but this one won't be. And it looks like I can now close this, which is cool. I might put like some decorations or something over here. I gotta think about it. And I'll put a window here. Close this out here. This is a huge space to fill. Oh yeah. Emu, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all this space. Like, this is the largest plot I've ever built on, I think. Now I think about it. Like, I don't even know what to do with this space. Like, I see it and I'm like, bruh, what do I do with this? I don't know. It'd be like that sometimes, I guess. I have to think about this too, because if I decide to close this out, the implications here, I mean, I don't know. I gotta think about it. I really gotta think about it. Like, if I go around here, I mean, the chance of me getting burned is very high. I could put something in this corner, maybe, like a smoke-filled thingy. That might not be a bad idea, so maybe I'll do something like this. And then I'll put a thing here. I don't have any bones on me. God damn it. Item ingredient. I don't want the castle key. I just... Oh, here we go. I'm dumb. Let's do 5,000. I gave myself some bones, guys. Somehow I feel like this is fitting. Alright. So let's see how this works. Is this going to not work? I don't think it is. And it's not like I can place anything here. Like if I put this here, this is probably a lot more appropriate actually. I could also just close this up, so I think I will. I think I'll just close up this area, or I could put windows here, which is probably more appropriate. Then again, I could also maybe put out like a little notch here. Ooh, you know what I could do? I could put a space here, and then can I grab this? Yes, I can. Move this here, and then it'll still be covered, but it'll have its own space. That way I don't have to worry about it. There we go. So that's a lot better. That's way better, and it has its own thing. So I think this is a better compromise, maybe. But yeah, this floor doesn't look too bad. It only has one entrance exit, but I'm gonna be using some teleporters anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm just looking at this, trying to figure out how I want to occupy this space, and I'm not too certain. Not certain at all. I also have to test out a few things because I need to see if this is even considered an enclosed area. It might not be. So let me see. I'm gonna put down a... This is the dungeon since it's... This is the dungeon since it's up and not down. Yeah, right? The dungeon. Let's go with... Okay, so I need reinforced planks for that. I can grab some of those. That's not a huge... It's not a Herculean task, so I think I can handle that. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. So if I place one of these down and I interact with it, it's not counting... Oh right, I don't have prison flooring. That's right, I forgot that the cages are not affected by enclosed rooms. It's just the flooring, I guess. But I guess it has to make sense, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just put down a bunch of prison flooring and see what happens.
I cannot build here.
Alright. Let's see what it says now. Okay, now it counts. So this is an enclosed room. I think this is gonna be hard. I am not sure how I want to set this up. I think maybe it would make more sense to put this on like the 3rd floor, just to make sure they're stranded up here. I don't know. Imagine I'm just like, you know, I think they're not stranded enough. I don't think this is working. Imagine that's the complaint. Jeez. And of course I don't like servants coming up in here either. Can't have them giving the prisoners any ideas. And I'm gonna start off with a setup here. I think once I get the prison flooring, actually how many cages can I put up? 25. So I have to think about this. There's a lot of logistical issues that can come with this. But you know what? I think it'll come out just fine. While I was sick, I was actually working on... Well, actually, I know some people weren't here at the very beginning of the stream, so I guess I'm just gonna mention it now. While I was sick, I was working on my Castle in Gloomrot. Not the one for the members only stream, but the 3rd one on this server, so... this one up over here I was working on, and that one I'm really excited for. That one I'm like taking my time with, and I haven't recorded any of me building it. I just decided to kind of casually do it on my own, but when it's done I'll make sure to show you guys. So yeah, that's not going to be done for at least a month. I'm taking my time on that one. Let me take a quick sip of my drink here. Okay. Thank you for the hydrate, Kagu. I just hydrated. And the stretch pals of Palea. Welcome to the chat. How are you doing? Cool. Thanks for the submissions. I've been thinking a lot about what to do as far as castle content, because while I'm in between builds, I kind of want to, like, I feel like whenever I put out my castles, like the castle tours and commentaries and stuff like that, I tend to put them out like kind of like one after another. And I'm thinking in between, maybe I should do like tours of other people's castles. I don't know. I guess I would have to like see what people want, because I was thinking maybe something I could do for like, I don't know, maybe like members only or something. I could do a thing where like I just review people's castles. But be warned, I will roast you if I decide to do that. So if you want to get roasted by Xolo, that's probably the best way to do it. And I'm going to, let's see, what do I have here for the windows? That's right, I have these. Just gonna put that in. Let me double check, make sure this thing is, yep. And let's start putting stuff together. The prison room doesn't have to be like super like compact either, because it's such a large space that I can literally just do whatever I want in this space. Something I need to do though is figure out the wallpaper. So this is a prison, so I think a good wallpaper, I think I'm just gonna start off with the standard prison wallpaper. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have used the other gates. That was my bad. I will do that. So what I'm gonna do is I want to go to the prison gate. I'm gonna place that there, place that here, and then actually I should turn this off since it's not daytime anymore. Don't want to burn all my bones away. And then I'll use the prison entrance blocks for this. Perfect. Alright, so I think the room is kind of set up the way I want, but I definitely want to put some carpets in here. First I'm going to start off with the cells though, so we have that cell that's completely set up. I'm going to put a couple over here as well. And like I said, it doesn't have to be like super efficient, like compact or anything. Mostly because, well, there's no pressure to do so. And it's such a big space that it's like, well, I'm sure I can fit 25 cells here, and if I can't fit it on this floor, I have a second floor that I can also utilize, so it's not really the end of the world, if that makes sense. Oh my god. My unsteady hands are causing issues all of a sudden. There we go. Okay, so the basic stuff is good. I'm gonna continue. I could put another prison cell here, which would be fine. So that is 15 out of 25. And if I leave the center open, which, I mean, I don't have to, but I could. I don't know. I gotta think about this, because I could put prison cells in between, maybe on top of the drains, so when they bleed they don't leave a mess. But then that still brings me only down to 20. I think I'm just going to separate this into several floors, because if I put them on if I put them all on one floor, I feel like it doesn't really like capture the number of prisoners, like the full, like, I don't know. I want it to look busy. I want it to look like, oh my god, this person has a collection. Like this vampire has a huge collection, you know? So yeah, let's do something like that. So I'm gonna do this and this. All right, so far so good. There are some other things I was thinking about too, like for example, like remember the hair salon I did like a couple streams ago? Oh my god, am I really running low on blood? I am. Oh no, I'm starving. Whatever shall I do? Not like I just built a... You know what, I'm just gonna leave that alone.
This will not work.
What I will do though is I will create a... I'm gonna close this up because I don't want this to be easily accessible either. And I'm gonna put another prison gate here. And this is also going to have a prison gate. And this as well. There is no escape for these prisoners. You know what? Let me go to my other castle where I have a bunch of blood and I should be able to... Well, actually, this isn't my castle, it's Cerberus's castle, but... You know. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'll do. Oh my god. That was crazy. But I am here. That's the cool thing about having admin privileges. You could just like run around and do all types of crazy shit. But yeah. Let's see. Is this the one I want? I kind of want rogue blood, actually. Alright, here we go. Actually, I should just... Boom. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the castle. Oops. Alright. So this looks good. So far so good. From the outside, I'm sure this is gonna look pretty wicked. So I'm gonna go fly up into the sky, take a quick look. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty interesting. I think having like a big fountain here and then a bunch of like, maybe like almost like a maze like labyrinth thing in the center might not be a bad idea. And then these areas here could maybe be like sitting areas or something, or like some kind of nice little chill garden walkthrough area. I think that's maybe how I'll separate this, but the thing is I'm dealing with 3 spaces here, so I have this space, and this space apart from the center. So I almost said center circle, but it's a square, so you know, apparently I don't know my shapes either. God damn. So oops. Thank you for the hydrate, Pals of Palea. I will do that now. And the stretch, PJ. Thank you. I was a little bit thirsty, actually, now I think about it. I made myself some mac and cheese before stream, and I've been slowly eating it. That's a good stretch. How's it going? It's going alright. I'm just working on this castle. It's a continuation of the one I worked on last week. So I'm kind of excited to see how it ends up, but I also want to just do something a little bit different. Like, I don't want to make a castle that's like something I've done before, if you know what I mean. So my brain is trying to come up with like some interesting ideas, and sometimes, you know, just eyeballing it helps. So that's kind of what I'm going with currently. Oh, I missed one. There we go. Gonna make sure that these pillars make sense. I think I'm gonna add an extra one here and here. And let's add the wallpapers. I like that I can just press and hold shift now to do this, because it used to be that you couldn't, like, you used to have to go for like every single side and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and it was a pain in the ass. But now it's just, you know, all four corners with just pressing and holding shift, which is really nice. It's also not that hard to do on controller. I just prefer mouse and keyboard because that's what I've been using for so long. But I did dabble with the controller stuff for a little bit. I was gonna do a controller review, but I don't know if that... I might do something like that for like part of a like final review of this game, if that makes sense. I don't know. I have to think more about it. But yeah, that's kind of been what's going through my mind a little bit. Oh, I missed one. I can put a... I could put one of these here, actually. I only have 3 more I can place. I guess maybe I should keep them all in the same place, huh? Actually, how many did I place downstairs? Let me check. Oh, okay. I placed quite a few down here. Never mind. We're good. And you know what? I think I'm gonna place one right here. And one right here. And then 2 right here. So do you guys have any like cool plans for the weekend? I feel like my weekends are never really like structured in a way that's like, oh, that was the limit. There we go. Like my plans are never like really scheduled in a way that I'm just like, yeah, this is great. You know, I'm so excited, you know, like, but I don't know. I was just wondering if you guys have anything fun planned. I think I'm gonna put a closet or something over here. Just trying out a few new upcoming games. What games are those that you're looking at? If you don't mind me asking. You know what? I don't like how... You know what? Yeah, ah, man, I should have just... I gotta think about this. Gotta think about this a little bit. This area here can be closed off. And then I can put, like... maybe storage here. What am I missing? Glass? Yeah, you know what? I think that's what I want to do. Let's get some glass. Some of the MMOs. Okay. That sounds fun. I've been eyeballing a bunch of games, but a lot of those games don't come out until like the fall. So I'm gonna be really busy around the fall time, playing a lot of different games. Hopefully it'll be stuff I'll just play on stream so you guys can see it, but we will see. Let's do this. There we go. Alright. Do I really like that or no? I think I'm gonna close this out. As much as I like having an exposed inner staircase like this, it doesn't make sense in this build, I don't think. So I'm just gonna close it out. And of course I'm gonna be messing with the wallpapers too, so that there's plenty of torture devices everywhere. So I'm gonna probably go with something like this and this one. Maybe something like this here. And maybe like another one here. That way it's a little bit more realistic. And then upstairs I'll do the same thing. So if I have any exposed areas, I'm definitely gonna do that. I might not. It's pretty packed up here. So I think what I am gonna do though is I'm gonna put up a... Oh no, I can't do that. I was thinking... Damn, I was thinking about maybe putting up a wall here, like a square that can maybe have those things, but it doesn't make any sense. I might actually... I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and move it. I don't really like that here. So I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna put one of these here. And this particular cell is gonna go downstairs. Except I've already set the cells, so this is a little bit silly, I guess you could say. I don't know, maybe this one should have stayed upstairs. I'm having regrets now that I've pulled it down here. Then again, I could just place one here, since I have another wall that's already looking a little bit different. Okay. Yeah, because I already have torture device stuff over here, so maybe this will be fine, actually. I think this is fine. And then, of course, if I exit through here, let's see what it looks like from the outside. I'll take a quick bite of my mac and cheese. Delicious. Alright, so... not too bad from the outside. I feel like it kind of lacks character though with all these windows in the front. Side is about as much as you'd expect. This side doesn't look too bad. Okay. I think this is gonna work out actually. So I'm gonna start off with the third floor and I'm gonna start putting down some carpets. Also my foot went numb because I'm sitting on it like an idiot. There we go. Sorry about that. I gotta think about how I'm gonna place these. I could put a regular looking carpet down, like up here. That's not too fancy, but I don't know. This is a pretty luxurious place. Maybe I should have something a little fancier, huh? I need carpet roll in gold, whatever's. Yeah. I guess I'll go grab some. It's a carpet roll and gold jewelry. There it is. Carpet rolls. Need to make sure there's no more gold jewelry around. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna grab the gold bars just in case. Oh, and the sulfur in case I want to place down a fireplace or something. I think that'll be good. Oh, and of course I forgot a door here. Can't have that. Can't be forgetting doors, especially in this room. Okay. Yeah, so I think back here this will be like a little I don't know what this is going to be. I'm kind of thinking this might be like a little storage area where I put like, you know, maybe some wine or something. I could also add some wallpapers here for extra torture devices and things. So that might not be the worst of ideas, like maybe there, and then I'll put like a wine case here. Or, you know what this could be? This could be the freezer, where I could place like a fish chest or something. I have some fish chests in the other room, like the alchemy room, but I could place another one up here if I really wanted to. So I think I'm actually gonna consider doing that. If only I could figure out. Oh, here it is. Fish bones. I need fish bones for that. I have some downstairs. I'll worry about that later. Carpet was the main thing I wanted to work on right now. So let's start off with, let's see, if I go with something this fancy, that might be too much. I could go with like a black carpet. I haven't used a black carpet since my previous Gloomrot castle with the black and white, I think, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it was the Vampire's Kiss castle, I don't remember. It was one of those castles that I did that with. Maybe something like that might work. I always align it with the doors first before I even start building anything, because if I don't, it'll just be a mistake going forward, and then it'll be hard to fix later. So, always, always, always. Actually, I'm gonna turn that this way instead of that way. Spin it. Good. All right. Let's continue. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with like a black carpet in here, just to shake things up a little bit. I don't think I've used a black carpet yet in this castle. Sorry. I still am a little bit sick. I feel like way better, but I'm not 100% just yet. You guys want to hear something funny? So I was reading some comments on Reddit because I posted my video on Tuesday I posted a video on the like, I guess it was like 10 examples for like 2x2 squares, and I don't know why I typed like 4x4. I guess like I thought 4 tile, but when I rendered it I typed 4x4 for some reason, and then I just never fixed it because I'm a fucking idiot. So I was reading the comments because I posted it on Reddit kind of late because I forgot to post it there. And someone basically was like complaining that like I was talking too much during the video and not building enough. And, you know, I take feedback pretty seriously. You know, like if someone's saying something like, you know, if I get a criticism where someone's like, hey, you know, shut the fuck up, like I'm gonna look at it and think about it for a second. But it felt more like a troll post because the person like referred to me as a man, and I was kind of laughing because I was thinking to myself, I laughed because I have a cold. Like when I recorded that, I was actually like kind of sick still, like really sick, and I laugh because I've been told before that I have like a gender neutral voice. So when I read that comment, like most people would be like, what the heck? Why'd you call me that? Oh my god. But I'm over here cracking up. Like that's the thing, like it's hard to like bother me with those kind of comments. I laughed so hard. Like I literally thought like, wow, like I know I was sick, but damn, like and I just laughed so hard because I was like, why did they call me a guy? And then I thought about it and I listened to the video. I'm like, well, I was kind of stuffy. You know, my voice does get deeper when I'm sick. That's kind of what happens when people are sick. And I thought about it and I started laughing. So, I don't know. I thought it was a funny comment. It cracked me up. I mean, it's a video explaining stuff. Of course, there's a lot of talking. Well, it's not even just that. The video is an hour long. Like, it's the kind of video that, like, you see how long it is, and then you have to make that decision. Am I here for the whole video, or am I just gonna watch a few minutes of it? You know, and it's up to you. You know, I'm not holding people hostage. I want people to watch my stuff. You know, it would be nice if they, you know, like the video. But here's the thing. Not everyone's gonna like it, right? But what made me laugh is the fact that they called me a dude, and I just started laughing, and I was cracking up. I mean, I was dying. Like, it was so funny. Like, I was laughing for like 5 minutes straight, because it was just such an unexpected comment. Like, I haven't gotten comments like that in a while, and I just started laughing. Hilarious. Let's see. Oh, hey, Mr. Negapunk, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Low tone voice on women actually sound cooler and more soothing to hear. Maybe. I don't consider myself to have a very soothing voice. I mean, I think my voice is like mature, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like it's very, like, I don't sound like an old lady, but I think well, I don't think I sound like an old lady, but you know, I think it really depends on preference too, but I just thought it was funny because, like, there's always like it's funny because, like, my voice has always been like a point where, like, I kind of like think about it a little bit, because when I used to play a lot more League, like, I would hop into voice calls with people I just met, and oh shit, I used the wrong color. Aw, man, I should have been paying attention. I done goofed. That's okay, we can fix this easy. But yeah, what would happen is I would hop into a voice call, because when they added voice to League, well, first of all, I used to do it like on Discord, right? Or like maybe I play a game of ranked and then someone would add me and they'd be like, hey, you were great last game, you know, want to queue up together? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. And it's usually like the jungler or the mid laner that I'm like, all right, cool, because I would main top, right? And I want to say, like, maybe a few times I've had people ask me, like, are you a girl? And I laugh so hard because it's like, to me, it's obvious, but like, apparently it's not to some people. And I just laughed because it was just so funny. You know, some people get offended when they hear stuff like that, but I just thought it was hilarious. I was like, wow, okay. All right. Are like one of the few people that have different speaking voice and singing voice. I would argue I do. I actually went to music school for a while, fun fact. I dropped out of school. I played a lot of saxophone. That was like my main instrument, but I did play a little bit of keyboard, and my singing was pretty good. But I don't know. I feel like I think that, like, that's a really good point, Axolotl Cutie, because, like, I feel like that does happen. Like, I do have, like, I feel like my singing voice is way different from my, like, speaking voice. It's kind of like when someone, like, speaks a different language, they sound totally different to me. You know, it's kind of like a good example of this. I don't think they're in the chat right now, but a good example of this would be, like, Foxdrone. Like, if you guys watch, like, Foxy's channel at all. Like, when he speaks German, it sounds completely different. Like, it just sounds like a completely different person talking. It's so weird. It's so weird. To me, like, it's just, like, the oddest thing. Oh my god, connection issues. What happened? I got tossed downstairs, I think. What happened? That was weird. You guys saw that, right? Like, it just went, nope. And then it just yoinked me back into place. Interesting. That's interesting. It's rare that something like that happens. At least for me, because I tend to have a pretty good connection, but I don't know, that was an oddity for sure. But yeah, so it happens. Language do seem to change your tone. Yeah, I think so too. Like, I think that's just a weird natural thing that happens just because, like, you know, especially when people are switching from like one very different dialect to another. So like a good example of this too would be like Shuri. Like I don't know if you guys are familiar with Shuri, but she's like a void leviathan, right? And she speaks several languages, So when she talks, you know, she's French, right? But when she talks in different languages, she sounds like a completely different person in every language. It's kind of insane. I wish I was a polyglot. I think they're called a polyglot. I think that's the term for a person who speaks several languages or something like that. That would be a really cool superpower to have. Like, if I could choose like a superpower to have, and it couldn't be something like super like weird, and it had to be something like plausible, that would probably be it. To speak every language. I mean, imagine the conversations I would have with people if I just spoke their language. Imagine the things I would overhear when I go places and people are speaking a different language around me. Because I've had people look at me and think that like I don't speak Spanish or something, and then they'll say, and I don't, right? Like I don't speak like fluent Spanish, but I definitely have some kind of what was he gonna say? I definitely understand quite a bit, right? So when I have people talking shit behind my back and I can hear it and it's like in a different language and you turn around and cuss them out, they're like surprised Pikachu face. Like, it's the best feeling ever, I'll tell you. That's actually happened to me one time. One time I was in Puerto Rico because I guess I think someone in the family got shot. I know it's kind of like a weird thing to say randomly out loud, but this was years ago, right? And someone got shot, so they were doing like some kind of like prayer thing. And I was pretty young at the time. I was maybe like 12. And I had someone talking shit about my cousin who didn't speak any Spanish. Like, she straight up just spoke only English. She didn't speak Spanish. And it's not her fault. I mean, how would you expect someone to, like, you know, learn a language if they didn't organically grow up in a place that spoke it? You know what I mean? And yeah, so this guy next to me, he was talking shit. He was like, oh, look at this. Like, he basically called her like a dumbass. He was like, oh, look at this dumbass over here. She don't even speak Spanish. And then he like pointed at me and said, like, this one over here. And I turned, I looked at him, and I called him a fucking idiot in front of everyone. And I said, what is your problem? We're here just like anyone else. Are you like really judging us for not, you know, growing up speaking Spanish? And when I cussed him out, everyone laughed at him. Like, everyone in the room laughed at him. And then he left. My mom asked me later, she's like, what happened? I heard there was a scene out here. What happened? And I said, don't worry about it. I handled it. Fucking idiot. It was great. Like, the Japanese language make female voice more high pitch. That makes sense. You would think with all the advancement in technology that by now we would have things auto-translating real time. We do. And do correct translations with the context, not mistranslated. Okay, that last part. Wow, such a badass. I don't remember exactly what I said. It was so long ago, but it was funny. The guy was so, like, his whole face just turned red and then he just left. He was so embarrassed. Everyone laughed him out of the room and he left. And I was just cracking up. And, you know, someone came up to me, this older lady. She came up to me and she's like, I'm glad you said something. He's an idiot. He was driving me crazy too. And I started laughing.
This will not work.
And then when my mom came out, she's like, what happened? What happened? I said, nothing happened. I just told him he's an idiot and he left. And my mom's like, wait, what? And then, like, my older cousin who was there, who spoke fluent Spanish, she you know, talked to my mom about it, was like, yeah, the guy said this and that about her and her other cousin, and then, you know, she spoke up and he was embarrassed. And you know what my mom said? She said, good. She was like, good riddance. And I just started laughing. Don't ask me what I said though. It's been a while. I don't think I can reach that level of Spanish speaking unless I like go back to Puerto Rico and just like practice again. Because usually when I go to Puerto Rico, like, and I speak Spanish there, it's like it's forced because everyone around you speaking Spanish, but you also learn a lot of Spanish because you're in a situation where everyone around you is, you know, patient usually and willing to, like, you know, at least hear you out if you try, you know. So, you know, my extended family has always been like kind of supportive about that, but my immediate family has just judged me, which has really stunted my growth as a Spanish speaker. So yeah, that's something that I hope to speak fluent Spanish at some point, because I am considering moving to Mexico, like low-key. I'm tired of this place. Let's see. Some people think they can do whatever they want and receive no consequence. That is true. Well, some people are used to commenting online where they are anonymous and forgot that they are real life. You know, Yobio, that's a good point. At the same time, though, this was like before that time. This was like before the internet was like the cesspool it is today. Like, this was like I want to say this was like the time that like AOL was still a thing. And then, like, you know, you log into the internet and you hear, you know, that stupid ass noise where it's like the dial-up sequence and it sounds like you're booting up a fucking rocket ship and then your computer goes because it like can't handle it. Yeah, like that. That is definitely AOL. When was this? Look. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to remember AOL. It like lore aside, right? Lore aside. Like physical body lore aside. I'm old enough to remember AOL. However, that was a while ago. So I don't know. It's one of those things, man. I'm telling you, it's like it was a different time. Like people, like I remember when like I used to wait for like my mom to get off the phone so I could like use the internet. And at the time I was like, Mom, I just want to download music. And this was before like people really understood how like, you know, downloading music worked. And because I had dial-up, it would literally take forever. Like, it was awful. Like, it was actually terrible. It was not good. It was not. But yeah. That was a thing. I've seen people saying stuff like they missed the 90s because it's boring then. Nah, I don't really miss the 90s. The 90s was interesting time in the sense that we had like one of the greatest accelerations of technology during that time. Like, I mean, we went from literal Stone Age bullshit to like futuristic bullshit in like a good 10-year sweep. And that transition, like the early 2000s, was when like that technology started becoming like more of a in-home usage kind of thing. Because it used to be that people would just go to the libraries to use the internet. But then, you know, it became more easily accessible. The area I lived in was like the middle of nowhere in the woods. So it took a while for us to get a decent internet connection and speed, if that makes sense. But yeah, it was a different time, for sure. I really hate how this doesn't align with the wall. Like, I want to scream every time I see it. And it makes me not want to put anything down. Does anything even align? No. Okay, what about... okay, let me see if I have any fish bones downstairs. What do you mean boring? Most franchises today began then? That is true. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that happened during that time. Some of my favorite games spawned from that era, so it was kind of, you know, like the childhood, like growing up kind of games. Like, I used to play a ton of Crash Bandicoot, like that. Like, I'm actually a collector of Crash games, but I stopped collecting past a certain point just because of monetary constrictions, but you best believe I have quite the collection. Huge fan. Also, I love Spyro as well, so that was another thing. So I was a PlayStation player, as you could tell. I've never owned like an Xbox or a GameCube or anything like that. I've never owned any of those. I think what they mean is it's more peaceful. I don't know about that. Peaceful? I don't think it was more peaceful. There was a lot of violence during the 90s. A lot of violence. And the thing is, during the 90s, we didn't have the technology to like solve a lot of these like cold cases of like murders and stuff, so I don't know. It was a different time for sure. People were literally getting away with murder. Like, we went from DNA testing needing a clean sample to, oh, you coughed on it, we see you were there. You know, like like that jump in technology has been huge. But yeah, it's definitely a different it was a different time. The 90s were cool in some ways, but very like awful in others. Like, I think if I was like older, like if I could have experienced the 90s as an adult, I think that would have been a very different experience, maybe even a better one. Because when you're a kid, you can't do anything. Like, you literally can't even go anywhere by yourself. Like, you know, at least here in the States, it's not like other countries where, like, you know, you can send your kid down the street and you're like, they'll be fine. No. Here, you send them down the street, they might get kidnapped. Okay? This is not... Like, I know, like, people say, oh, but the US is a first world country. First world my ass. First world my ass. Like, no. Do not take the risk. I assure you. As a child, it was a lot of entertaining things. Yeah, there was. Because the thing is, there was a lot of toys, there was a lot of marketing, and at the time, our parents' generation had the money to spend on us. So, you know, when the economy was a lot better, people had the money to spend on their kids, and what was the thing that they spent on? Toys. Video games. Technology, you know? So as time went on and, you know, people got, you know, a taste of that, now as adults, I feel like my entire generation is just kind of looking at that time, and some of us are reminiscing it like, man, I missed the 90s. And I don't think it's that they missed the 90s specifically. I think it's that they missed the fact that the 90s wasn't like a complete, you know, mess for them. Which is fair, I think. I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. Yep, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball. This was before, yeah, that was before 2008, yeah. Or actually, unless you mean the .com bubble. The .com bubble of like, what, 2000? I don't even remember that. I didn't even know about that bubble until I was like an adult. So yeah, it was a different time for sure. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, they have this like, I don't know. It's almost like a fantastical, you know, remembering of that time, but it really wasn't that great. Like it was fine, like technology wise, and, you know, just overall improvements in technology, communications, and health. Like we had a lot of, you know, medical advances during that time too. It wasn't even just, you know, it's not just entertainment, though entertainment was a huge part of that pie. But yeah, I don't know. It was definitely a different time. Different time for sure. Also, the birth of a lot of, yep, World of Warcraft was something that popped up later. When was WoW started? Let me look it up. Oh, 2004. Okay, so it was early 2000s. Early 2000s. That's a little later. But yeah, there was definitely a growing want for like online games and things like that. And I find it funny how like in the past, like people would be like, wow, we have all this technology and stuff like that. But now that we have the technology, we can see that other countries have it better. Like if you look at some of these like younger countries or countries that, you know, came out of like war-torn, you know, situations who are now developed, I mean, they have better internet than we do. Like they have better internet in China than we do. They have better internet in South Korea than we do. They have better internet in Japan than we do. You know, like it's insane. The infrastructure here is ass. It's ass. It's like, like I don't know what else to say. Like it's real bad, man. It's real bad. You know, I'm just gonna remove those cases. They bother me. These cases are like, they look terrible because they're not centered and I hate it. So I'm just gonna remove them. We're gonna go with the white
This will not
flames for this room. Let me just double check, make sure I don't miss anything. Oh. Well, I guess I don't have to do that either. Let me just remove this one. This is a little bit excessive. There we go. So far so good. I think this is fine. It's a shame I didn't put like a tree here or something like I did in the other I guess that's not really necessary, especially in like a dreary place like this. I don't know. Oh, I didn't fix this carpet. Interesting. Alright, let's turn this back on so I don't burn. Oh wait, that's right. I wanted to fix this. Wait, no, I was just in here. This room, not the other one. And that reminds me too, I need to fix the wallpaper on the outside. This is a big mess. Oh my god. Did that repeat twice for you guys? Like I heard that and then it sounded like it repeated. It was weird. I think people predicted wrong that they thought transportation would advance more, but it was communication that skyrocketed. There's a few reasons for that. At least here in the States, there's a few reasons for that. Most sci-fi predicted flying cars before cell phones and the internet. Yeah. Also, thank you for the raid, Wrathful Sloth. Thank you for coming. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Did you stream something? What'd you stream? What'd you stream, friend? I want to know. Also, I'll give you a quick shout out while I'm at it. There you go. Make sure to go follow Sloth. But yeah, I don't know. It was a weird time. A lot of murders went unaccounted for. A lot of people went missing that were never found again. A lot of people got away with crime. It was a dark era. I mean, and on top of that, we also had a bunch of like really questionable things done during the 90s, but I'm not gonna get too into it because if I start talking about it, then I'll get like you know, my FBI handler will come after me probably. Whoever the fuck that is anyway. I just assume everyone has one, I don't know. You're stringing Kingdom Hearts. Okay, okay. Was it the first one? I haven't played them. Like I actually tried to get into Kingdom Hearts like once and then I was just like, nah. Like something about it, I just couldn't get into it. I don't know why. Oh, I don't like this. There we go. Make sure I get these pillars looking nice. I'll leave the outside looking like a dungeon, as it should. Thank you for the hydrate, Setsage, and the stretch, the stoic elf mage. Thank you. McGross got me the whole collection. Oh, that was nice of him. Thank you for the redeems. Let me stretch real quick. God. Ugh. My back. You know, I feel like Thursday streams are like bittersweet for me because on one hand, I'm like, oh, cool, the weekend's here. And then on the other hand, I'm like, oh, cool, I have nothing planned for the weekend. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. I usually like queue up, oh, that's right, I almost forgot. So for this week, I decided to, get some more of the shorts starting to come out because I haven't really been posting as many shorts as I want to and stuff on my TikTok as well. So I decided to post those things. Let me remove this. This is driving me nuts. Anyway. Oh, I need a chair in here. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so now on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you guys will get shorts released, so enjoy. There'll be shorts from, like, earlier streams this week. So, that's cool. You a fan of Disney things? You mean the stuff before? I think Disney is okay. I mean, I've never been, like, a huge, like, Disney fanatic. It's hard for me to enjoy a brand with so much like negative like bullshit baggage behind it. You know what I mean? Like I rather support like smaller studios that work on stuff that's like original and new rather than continue with like recycled bullshit. Like I don't think we need a Pocahontas 3 or 4 or 5, you know what I mean? I don't think we need a Notice I didn't say 2 because they played down that they played down that route. They already did that. You know, just stuff like that. Also, I should have maybe used a different staircase here now that I'm looking at it. So this is something I really hate, is how, like, if I'm going to switch, like, I can't easily switch out a staircase. Like, I wish I could just, like, hover the staircase and then hit control and then swap it out to a different style. Like, press and hold control like I do with, like, colors and stuff. So, like, you see how, like, with the carpet, it gives me, like, a color wheel. I wish we had something like that, but instead of a color wheel, it was just like a different style staircase. And I also wish that you can put the carpet down the staircase, because it'd be cool if you could just lead the carpet all the way down. I always thought the staircases looked kind of like bare. I don't know. I might do a video soon about the things. Hold on. I'm coughing. Sorry about that. I always do like this. Also, hello Spidey, welcome to the chat. And Desicran. I always do like these, sorry. I think the last video I did that was kind of like going over like the vrising, like, you know, items and things, that was like the wish list that I made right before 1.0 came out. And I feel like I might need to do like an update version of that, but with like really tedious specific things that I want fixed. Because I feel like a lot of PvP players tend to do stuff like that with the abilities and stuff. They're like, oh, I don't like this because it's not fair because XYZ, or this skill is too OP because XYZ. I can't really provide that level of expertise on those things. You know, I'm not a combat oriented player, but what I can do is I can be like, this specific object is terrible because, or hey, why can't we do this instead with this object? Or how come this has such a big, you know, space around it that I can't place anything, you know, like the striking dummies, for example. Why do I need a huge amount of space for the striking dummies? It makes no sense. But then end up backfiring. Oh, sorry, I skipped something. Companies are so scared of failing now, they don't invest in new ideas for big budget stuff, then they end up backfiring in the end. I don't think they're scared of failing. I think they're just lazy. I mean, when you have so much, I think what happened, okay, I know it's gonna sound like very, like, some people might think this is controversial to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. All right, here's my hot take. They got complacent. They got complacent. They got, how do I say this? They got comfortable. Yeah, maybe some quality of life improvement that they can implement. Maybe. I mean, would you guys like to see a video like that where I just kind of go over every tiny little, because like I'd be nitpicking. Like, I don't care about, like, look, I love this game so much, I'm willing to nitpick for like an hour long to be like, this, that, this, this. Do this, do that, fix this thing. Why does this do this? Why does it look like that? Why is that off center? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I can go off for like an hour about this. Okay, like I don't I don't need permission to do that for like an hour, I promise you. I can definitely accomplish that, no problem. The real question is, would you guys like to see that? Because I try to take like I've said before, I try to take feedback really seriously. Like, I don't like to, unlike Disney, I don't get comfortable, okay? Okay, I'm throwing shade at this point, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I need more, what is it, bricks? Oh wow, I am out of stone bricks, holy shit. Let me go get some more. They got too big, hold on, I missed something. Oh yeah, they got too big of a company for their own good. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I feel like companies a lot of times are kind of like home economics in the sense that, like, you know, there's been studies out there that show that, like, you know, when you have a lot of money, at some point you get diminishing returns from that money. Why? Because you already have everything you could possibly need. Why do you want, you know, like, and this is why I don't understand why these big companies start, you know, acquiring. Like, why go through all this acquisition bullshit when you can literally just start up a side company or continue what you were already doing and just make it better? Like, there's no reason to like acquire your competition. It's not competition. Like, I'm sorry, when you're that size, there's no excuse. Same thing with Microsoft. Why did Microsoft go in for, you know, for like Activision and all that? Like, why? Like, you're huge. You're huge. There's no point in that. There's literally no benefit to a massive company doing that. So the argument that, oh, you know, we're acquiring, first of all, that breaks antitrust laws, but, you know, no one's going to enforce that because the FTC is feckless. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, you literally get to the point where you're so big you don't have to care, and that's the problem we're seeing now with a lot of these companies. Like, they come out, they put out bullshit, people don't like it, and then they surprise Pikachu face when they have to go to their shareholders and explain to them why they failed despite being a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar, trillion-dollar company, depending on who you are. It's ridiculous. Unlike Disney, I don't get comfortable. Exactly, says Ash. Exactly. I love how you like quote some of the things I say, because I think it is worth that emphasis. I do appreciate that. It's what happens when you try to eliminate every competition there is. Yeah. I don't understand. Like eventually you get to the point where your company's so big you can only punch down. Like, you understand that? Like, why? Like, you literally, okay, so here's a good example. Here's an excellent example of how Disney fucked up and how they could have been better. Okay. Have you guys ever heard of VisiPop? All right. VisiPop is, I believe they're also, well, they wrote the script, I think, for Hell of a Boss, which is on YouTube, and Has Been Hotel, which was put on to Amazon Prime. Sorry, Amazon Video, or whatever the heck. I think it's Amazon Prime Video. I don't remember. Anyway, so Has Been and Hell of a Boss, they're both adult cartoons. These are not cartoons that you watch as a kid. These are cartoons for adults, right? And Disney, for whatever reason, refuses to go into that realm. I don't know if it's, you know, the stigma, or if it's like this like old-fashioned way of thinking where it's like, oh, only kids watch cartoons. That's not true. Anime has proven otherwise. Okay? So for them to ignore that is like insane to me. And then when Hell of a Boss, you know, got a lot of traction, and then all of a sudden you hear, oh, Has Been Hotel is in the works in the background. Okay, let's see how it comes out. The show came out and they did what Disney does, but better. Better. They straight up killed it. Hazbin Hotel is probably my favorite like show that I've watched in a while. And I gotta put, like, honestly, I'll put it next to, like, as far as how good it was, I would even say it was a little bit better than Arcane. A little bit better. Just, oh, it was so good. It was so good. Come on, man. Like, how are you gonna sit there as Disney and get shown up by like an indie studio? Like, they're basically, I think they're indie. Like because VisiPop has been on YouTube for years. Like, they have millions of subscribers, but their content's been great. And so when they came out with the Hazbin Hotel, it was like greatly anticipated, you know, and as soon as it came out, it wasn't just the people who liked their content that watched it. It was the world that watched it, because it was like almost like first of its kind of craziness. Like, people saw it and was like, holy crap. Let's see. Amazon did the same thing. So did most of the big companies today. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I love Hell of a Boss. Hazbin Hotel was pretty good, but not as good. Really? I liked Hazbin a little bit more than Hell of a Boss. Just a little bit. I think I like the music in Hazbin more. I think that's what put me over the edge. The fact that it was like a theatrical like play kind of thing, and then they brought back like the OG voice actors that like you expect to see, like the kind of, bruh, the guy who played Husk, right? Oh my god, that's the same guy who voiced the witch doctor in Princess and the Frog. It's the same guy. The same guy, and that was one of my favorite Disney villains, like straight up. I freaking love him. And so when I heard that he was like voice acting one of the characters, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this shit. And that's the first thing bruh, they had big names, they had a big spot, Amazon boosted them up and propped them up. Even on the Amazon like Prime, like, you know, on their YouTube channel, they even show some of the music videos. It's insane. It's insane. It was really good. You know, some people liked Hazbin more, some people liked Hell of a Boss more. Well, Hell of a Boss is still ongoing. Hazbin needs another season, but I preferred Hazbin. See, Amazon, okay, I just read that. I did enjoy Hazbin Hotel, but it felt a bit rushed, I understand. Also, have you seen Murder Drones? No, I have not. I don't even know what that is. Oh yeah, but the music was really good in Hazbin, but I think it might be based because I love Brendan Roger. Oh, wasn't Brendan the guy who, hold on. I'm getting my people confused. My voice actors confused. Moxie, voiced by Billy West. Yeah, Moxie voice. Wasn't Moxie also, like, the voice actor for Moxie the same person who voiced, someone in, like, Invader Zim? Like, wasn't that where they were known from or known for with that voice? Because I'm pretty sure it was like Invader Zim that they were like originally part of or something like that. And people were like, oh, it's that guy. Like, you know how there's some voice actors out there where like you hear their voice in like a show or like a cartoon or like some kind of movie and you're like, oh, it's that guy. Like, you just know, right? It's kind of like the voice actor for like Krunk in The Emperor's New Groove. Like, you hear that voice everywhere. Disney recycles that voice more than, like, you know, more than recycling companies recycle like plastic. Like, it's insane. He voiced everything. Another person who shows up a lot, Tara Strong. She's also the she voiced Bubbles in Powerpuff Girls. She voiced, I think, Timmy Turner, if I remember correctly, and she also voiced well, actually, one of her newer shows that she voices, Kitty Fairy from, like, Gabby's Dollhouse, which is, like, by the way, that's, like, a kid's, like, little kids show, but it's a good show. I like it. It's all right. Okay, I'm a cat person, okay? But if you like the zaniness of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, you'll probably like Murder Drones. I'll look into it. Thank you for the suggestion, actually. I have no idea what flooring I want to use for this area of the castle. I have to think about it. Maybe... because this area here, I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. This is going to be where the servants' quarters are, but I don't know like what I'm actually going to do with it. I hate how this is another thing too that drives me nuts. Why is it that the trees bleed through the walls? Like, bruh. Bruh. And why is it that, like, trees are even allowed to grow so close to... Like, I wish there was, like, a,
I cannot build.
I don't know. I think every plot should have, like, an area around it where, like, nothing can grow once it's claimed. Like, not, like, a whole square, but, like a quarter square. Like, okay, so you see, like, the little... You know, this is the perfect flooring to do this with. Alright, so you see these squares on the ground, right? So, like, this square here and this square here put together, that, I think, should be the distance between your plot and anything that grows in the wild. At least this. Every sandbox survival game does that, and it drives me nuts. Really? Really? That's something. God damn. I feel like we're always getting, like... the weirdest shit. Why is this on the floor? You see that? It wants to make a floor. What is behind here that it's making me want to... Oh. Well, that's not what I want. I'm on this floor. So why is it trying to... That is so weird. I've never seen that happen. You see how it's like sinking through the floor like that? That's new. I want it to be up here, not down there. What the fuck? Like, why? You see this, right? Like, I can't... I mean, granted, I can't place this like that. That doesn't make any sense. But the fact that it was like trying to... Maybe it's because you can only do it this way? Yeah, see? Look. What the fuck? Why are you sinking through the floor? Anyway. It'd be like that sometimes, I guess. Let's put that there. I think this is gonna work out just fine. Oh, toasty. Alright, I'll wait till the sun goes down. Yeah, Ark does it, Conan Exiles does it, Once Human does it, Fallout 76, and I think Palworld does it too. Nightingale does it. That's another game I can name. I don't know about Palworld though. I don't think I've had issues with like trees growing back in the like, center of my freaking... Actually, no, I think you're right, Sloth. Now I think about it, they grow in the zone. You're right. Oh my god. But yeah, in Nightingale that happens too, unfortunately. Where like, it'll be like... all types of fucked up. Did I forget something here? I feel like there's a... Something about this, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's not looking right to me. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of games that, I don't know, man. It's one of those things that it just, I don't even know what to say. I gotta think about the windows I want to use here. I think I'm gonna go with, opening and closing windows. This is another thing too that I wish they would add. I wish they would add more of these, but like with different designs. Like, why didn't we get like a Gloomrot version of this that opens in the center? Or like, Dracula's Relics pack or something. Like, we got this, right? Like, we got these things. And I guess they look cool, but no sunlight actually really goes through them. They're too dark in my opinion, but... I don't know. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just wish we had more wooden window hatches. We need more of these. They're probably like one of my favorite kinds of windows to use in my castles, but like it's just one type and you can't change the color of it. So even if you wanted to do like a lighter brown, like maybe you want your brown to look kind of like this flooring here, I'll show you. Like this library flooring, like if you want the brown to, oh, I can't show you. Oh, I'm out of planks. Okay, hold on, I'll show you. Like if I wanted to have like a lighter brown like this, I can't. It doesn't let me. So, oops. So yeah, I hate it. It'd be like that sometimes. I really wish that, you know, I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of scared, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I guess I'm just gonna say it out loud. I'm a little bit scared for this game. Like, part of me is thinking, like, okay, the game is out. It's a great product. It looks great. It feels great. It plays okay. All right, awesome. People like it. Now what? You know what I mean? Like, now what? Now what do we do with that information? Like, do we, you know, do we pretend that, you know, it's over? Like, I don't know, because the thing is, we're talking, like, Sunlock also made Battle right? And from what I was reading with Battle it's like they kind of like abandoned the game after a while. Like, they had, you know, a really good, apparently the game was really fun. It was basically their studio's League of Legends, essentially. That's the best way I could probably describe it. And they just kind of like moved on from that, which is, I mean, they have the right to do whatever they want. I mean, it's their game, sure. But with vrising, it almost feels like they're kind of trying to put up the expectation to, like, you know, hand it off to the community after a while, which, I mean, isn't particularly a bad thing, but it would be a shame if they just stopped after 1.0. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see more content. I want to see more stuff in general. Hold on a second. Why is this not? Oh boy, I might have. Oh no. Okay, I see the problem. All right, I'm just gonna go with this for now, because it's too much to fix it, because all of this needs to be redone. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this later. Hello, Katie Bottom. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Curious if you have any ideas on how to deal with a large open area in the castle. I have training room, summoning room, alchemy room, and size just got a big opening. And yes, I want them to add more over to the game. Yeah, like, I think, like, if we got like occasional, like maybe like 1 or 2 patches a year where they just added new furniture and stuff like that, I think that'd be cool. To answer your question though, I'm actually in the same predicament. I will show you. So right now I have this big wide open space. This particular castle plot is huge. It has a very large surface area. So it's kind of hard for me to like figure out what I was gonna do, right? So you have a few options, right? You have quite a few options. You would love a new area to be added. Forget the Hollowed Mountains. We need a whole other, like, they need to extend the Hollowed Mountains like all the way out here, in my opinion. Just add more plots. This is like one of the most like contested places to have a castle on like most PvP servers, just because of this stuff up here now. And it sucks that like people can't just like build a nice castle. Like, why so small, man? Why so small? I hope that they just like attach a piece so that we don't have to like do like a reset. A reset would suck. Yeah, it's empty for no reason. Also, we have a huge spot up here above Silverlight, and Silverlight doesn't have many plots. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plots. Like, extend it, do something, right? We got space. But yeah, to answer your question on the big open space thing, okay, so where is, I guess I should ask this, where is your castle located? Because that might change my answer. Like, where do you have your castle? Because like, if you're in the Hollowed Mountains, I might give a different answer. Or if you're in like Silverlight or something, like, I have to think about it a little bit. Afterthought, hollow, but yes, agree on Silverlight, Dunley. Yeah. Hello, Akron the Devourer, eater of worlds, destroyer of the universe. Welcome. How you doing? It's been a while, Akron. How you feeling? How you been? Dunley. Okay, so if your place is in Dunley, I think having like a nice like garden in Dunley might not be a bad idea, like a little farm area. Just because you're in Dunley farmlands, so maybe if you want to fit the area thematic, you could do something like that. You know what? Let me fly over to hold on. Let me let me move over here. Let me see if we have any cool gardens here, because we have some people who've, I think someone has like a nice community garden here. I can't remember. Some of these names are new though, so I'm kind of like looking around. Let's see if we can find like a good example. Oh, here we go. So like this person here, for example, they put a nice like kind of hedge setup. So they did like, it looks like they made like a closed path with hedges. Really neat, actually. I like this, you know, so maybe, and you can also see that they messed around with the flooring. So this person has, this, let me check. I think it's, oh, I can't check in this form, and I can't land here because it's not my castle, but, they use a different flooring here. They use some kind of outdoor pavement flooring. It's not, I don't think it's cobblestone. I think it's called something else. Upper corner of the Dunley, right next to the Silverlight Gloomrot. Like up here somewhere. Oh, you're in luck. We got nice, actually, hold on, I'll teleport over here, actually. So, someone else on my server, oh, okay, looks like this isn't a built-up castle. This one here, like, they have such a great, like, setup here. Oh, it looks like they didn't finish. I don't know why I expect like a finished castle. They've been on a lot, so you know, this person has a big wide open area. So maybe something like this, like if you have like a big open area like that, you know, maybe do something with hedges, maybe do something with like fencing. That's probably the best bet, I think. Maybe with hedges and fencing. You could also maybe make like miniature like garden houses. So like trying to think if there's a good example of this anywhere. Actually, you know what, I'll give you guys a sneak peek of something. So this is the castle I was working on when I was like really sick, and this is my third castle, and as you can see here, I have like a little bit of like hedges and stuff starting off. This is probably not final, but you notice I use a little bit of fencing, a little bit of hedges, a little bit of, you know, so what I would maybe do in a big spot like that is maybe do something creative with either the hedges or maybe the pathing. So like if you have like cobblestone paths and like those like, what are they called? Oh shit, what are they called? The cobblestone paths and the gravel paths, maybe do something with that. Like maybe twist it around or make like a circle and put like a fancy thing in the center. Or actually, you know what, I have a little bit of time. Let me see if I can, I have a better example probably. Let me get out of here. Oh, I probably shouldn't have logged out outside in Gloomrot. Oops. Probably didn't get zapped by lightning, but I'll show you guys. Let's see. I think I'll show you. Let's go with the Church of Luminance one. I'll open this one up. As the Church of Luminance one, I have a lot of outdoor areas. So maybe this could be a good example too. Castle on several levels also looks good. Yeah, that's true. That with several levels, like if you're able to stack the levels and then like make it so that the very far back of it is like the highest point, it's just something about that. It just looks so good. Also, thank you for the hydrate, Akron, and the stretch. I'll do that now. Sasash says, oh, or make like a castle that is more like a mini town and several small buildings. I agree. That's another option as well. All right, thank you. Let me quickly stretch. This save is gonna take forever to load up probably because I have so much shit in the save. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but any castles that I've completed post 1.0, I actually post on my Ko-Fi that you can download for free. So if you ever want to like check it out and like roam those areas, you can. So yeah, this is so for this castle, I had a lot of outdoor space, right? So what I did is I created several like outdoor areas. So I have this one area here that's elevated, another area that's elevated but not as high, another area here that's super elevated, and then bridges are nice too. You can do a lot with bridges. It's flickering because the game can't handle my castle apparently. Make a castle that is more like a, oh yeah, so a mini town with villages. So that's kind of another thing. If you look at the front here, you have little areas here that you can see, like, you know, you can walk through. I have some hedges up here, but if you notice this big area here without like any buildings, there's just a lot of whatchamacallit, cobblestone. So I use the cobblestone path T section here, but I also have, let's see, what are those other things called? I'll check. So you have gravel paving, you could use the garden stone tile. The garden stone tile is like the older one, and I think the cobblestone one is new. But you can do a lot of interesting shapes with those, and just having like benches like this, for example, that are like back to back is also kind of nice in like an outdoor area. Maybe add some fountains or something. I don't know. Maybe this will give you some ideas. Open spaces on the 3rd floor. Oh, that's even better, because then you can see it from the sky. Let's see, hold on, let me read this a little carefully. Sadly, your open spaces on the 3rd floor. Yep, those two. Let's see, castle several levels. Also, okay, I just read that. Yeah, I think honestly, like, if you have it on like a 3rd floor situation, that's even better. If you have like a big area like that. Totally will do this for the garden. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, my gardens tend to be kind of like busy. Like I like to keep a lot of stuff in the gardens, but something I really like too is I like to put like little chairs and stuff, or like over here, I'll show you in this corner here. Like over here, I have like a little chess table, right, in the chairs. And I guess for these chairs, I could have used like brown chairs instead because the chess table is brown, but you know, that's besides the point. I just wanted all the chairs to be the same. Notice I also have like, you know, a flower, sorry, I have a bunch of flowers underneath the lights here. You can put a lot of stuff. I mean, this area here is like an indoor-outdoor kind of area, and notice I have a bunch of, like, if you have like little squares, you can put like squares of just a particular kind of plant. Here I have like sacred grape seeds and things that grew up. Stuff like that. Yeah, it's enclosed. That's the hard part. They have 2 floors above that. We max at 6. Ah, okay. Oh man. Yeah, maxing at 6, that's hard. That's such a huge castle too. But, you know, just because you max at 6 doesn't mean you have to go to 6, you know? It just gives you like a little bit more possibilities. But yeah, if you go through here and, you know, this is only like part of the castle. What I'll do, let me get the link while I'm at it, because now that you're in the chat, I might as well just, because I don't know if you've actually visited this at all, but let me find it. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat to my where is it? Oh, you know what? I'll just link the shop in the chat, and that way you guys can like check out the here you go. There's the shop for God, I can't word right now. It has all the free downloads for like the castles, and it comes with like an instruction thing so that you can just like, hopefully it's clear. I tried my best to make really clear, easy instructions, but when you read the instructions, just follow it to a T, and then you should be able to walk through and like visit it. This particular castle you're looking at here is the Church of Luminance Castle. That one was the first one I posted. So if you haven't like downloaded that yet to check it out, you know, feel free to do so. Maybe that'll give you some ideas. I also have a hair salon on there, which I made was like a 1-floor hair salon. And then I also did like a I made a Church of the Damned, which like as a sister castle to this castle. So if you're interested in maybe doing a walkthrough of those to maybe get some ideas, maybe that'll help. I'm gonna post it here in the Twitch chat too, and the Kick chat, so you guys can go check it out if you want. But hopefully that helps. I mean, I hope that's helpful. But yeah, it's just like one example of like, the kinds of things you can, maybe do in your castle. I mean, even this area here, I could have changed this out. I could put flowers and stuff. But I think one of the coolest things I've done for this castle, like on the side here, probably one of my favorite areas is actually this right here. Oh, actually that right there and this right here too. This is another good example. So like, this area has like, 2 tables, but it also has some lights and stuff, right? But you notice I also use lamps. I like to use lamps a lot on the outdoor stuff because the lamps tend to, they just tend to look really nice in an outdoor setting. I like them. And you can also plant flowers underneath at the base. So, something to consider. So yeah, hopefully you found that helpful. Should probably save and exit though. We could go to the other castle I had with the let's see if I can find it. Not the Church of the Damned. It was the I have to think about this. I think it was the, did I type it in wrong? Let me see, hold on. Castle reconstruction, riddle mode. Oh, here we go, the hair salon. This is something I did in like 2 streams ago, I think, or 3 streams ago. Use the lamps in libraries. More nature light. Oh yeah, there's in that castle I just showed, there is like a library area. I didn't walk in there, but it's enclosed, so maybe that could also, give some ideas. So yeah, make sure to check that out because I don't know. I just encourage people to check things out. There's a lot of people out there who make castles that are like way better at this than I am. And, I try my best to like explain it in the most accessible way possible, if that makes sense. Because I feel like a lot of times, like, people will be like, I don't know what to do. My castle is a square. And, so I said, okay, well, let's make a castle that's just a square. And that's how this castle became a thing. This was the hair salon. So this was a 2-hour build. This is just a 1-floor castle. And this one was over in the southern part of Silverlight. Doesn't matter really the location, but the idea is that, I think it's like, what, 8 tiles? Hold on, how many tiles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wait. It's a 7x7 castle. Yeah, it's a 7x7 square castle. So notice the kinds of things you can do even in a square. So if you have like a big space like what you're describing and it's enclosed, I mean, you could put literally anything there. I mean, I have my little nail area where you sit down, the technician does your nails or whatever. And then you have like, an area where you can just wash your hair and all that. So I tried to do like something a little different here, but sometimes you just need a little bit of inspiration and it helps. So that's why I like to like kind of walk through some of these older castles I've done, but I might do something like this in the future again, but maybe as like, I was thinking about making like a bowling alley maybe, but I had to think of like how I would even implement that because there's so many restrictions on, building. And I want people to be able to look at something and just know what it is, It's hard to accomplish that, but it's doable, so hopefully this kind of gives you an idea as well, since he had like an enclosed large space. But yeah, this is just 7x7, so maybe I would recommend maybe checking, like figuring out like what size you want the space to actually be and then just build off of that. That's probably your best bet. And also, I don't know what the thematic of your castle is. If it's like a botany kind of castle, you might want some like, wall vegetation or something like that. I'm working on a castle right now for like the members only stream. Well, actually tomorrow, you'll probably be, I don't know if you'll be around for it, Katie, but there's the members only stream tomorrow. I'll be working on the Gloomrot Castle, not the one on my server, but like a separate one. And that one I'm gonna have a lot of castle wall vegetation going on. So, you know, that's just like another like idea. So yeah, I love answering these kinds of questions because, like, you know, I don't claim to be like an expert or anything, but if I can help even just one person, you know, make a better castle, I feel like I've succeeded. You know, like even if it's like lightly helpful, I think it's still helpful, you know? But yeah, so it's just something to think about. I really love this game so much. I mean, before the before 1.0, there was another castle I worked on called the Alley, and that one was like an artist alley. And I really, really liked that castle too, because it was, I want to say that was probably one of my favorite castles to make. Because I had, you know, hotel rooms, I had, you know, an event organizer walking around, you know, one of the, I actually had one of the servants be like one of the guys with like the bells that like alert the town or whatever, but instead he was like an event coordinator, and he was like walking around, right? And I had like, what else did I have in that castle? I had some outdoor sitting areas, some balconies and things like that. I just love creating these castles. It's so much fun. But yeah, there's a bunch of like weird stuff you can make. I mean, you know, the possibilities are pretty much endless. Yeah, each floor is sort of a split into themes. First is all workshops, second is fancy, tailored jewelry bedroom, and the third is all alchemy, fourth is servants and throne, and fifth is prison. Ooh. I got bored and made a whole castle with those bell ringers. Oh my god, I love those. Like, I love when they walk around, they're just like they're just like chilling, you know? It's funny. But yeah, I'm sure, you know, you'll figure it out. I have confidence that you will figure it out. Something else I was thinking about maybe doing for maybe next week is maybe a video on like hallways, because I feel like a lot of people ask me about that. They'll be like, I have no idea what to put in the hallway, or I have no idea what to do with the hallway. And, you know, it's a good point. It's something, you know, you don't really think about until like someone mentions it, and then you're like, oh crap, yeah, that's a good point. So let's see if it'll load up. I have, like, when I did the Church of the Damned, I had some pretty good hallways in that castle, actually, now I think about it. That castle had, hopefully it doesn't take 20 years to open up, but we'll see. It's a large castle, so. Watch the most recent room you did. Helped some spots for you. Oh, nice. The one on Tuesday, right? The one I just, the 2x2. I don't know why I typed 4x4 in the title, and then like, what happened was I typed 4x4 when I rendered it, and I didn't fix it when I uploaded it, and I was like, oh my god, I can't do math. Like, I done fucked up. That helped some spots. I'm glad that helped. But yeah, going back to like, because I like revisiting some of these older castles too, because sometimes, you know, I did things in these castles that I totally forgot about, and it's just like one of those things where you kind of want to you know, remind yourself like, hey, you can do this, by the way, or hey, you can do that, by the way. So for example, oh my god, the lag, holy shit. So this path here, this I guess you can't really call it a hallway, it's more like a bridge. You know, it leads like into this, and even this hallway area, you know, I have like a pot, you know, like a plant, I have 2 chairs next to it, and it doesn't look too overcrowded, it looks fine, right? There's a lot of like hallways and stuff, and like this, for example, this is another one. I put it like a little bench here. You know, people sometimes they don't like to add things on the sides, but I think it just looks so empty when you don't add anything, you know? I think that, you know, stuff should just be different. I don't know. And then of course I have my favorite new item in the game, the bell. and this is the bell tower. So, you think people understand what I mean? I hope so. Maybe the number of tiles just resonated more. Yeah, it was 4 and all. So I ended up changing the title to 4 tile because for some reason I typed 4x4 and didn't even realize it, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. I hope people understood what I meant. I hope so, Emu. It's a purple corridor, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we also have like some outdoor areas too, so like here, you know, I went a little wild with the plants, right? I had some, you know, morning lilies, and at night, this looks so cool at night. Oops. Forgot to do that. So like at night it looks like this, right? And it just looks so nice at night. Like it just has this like, this glowy illumination on the bottom side of these statues, just kind of glowing and just, oh, I just love it so much. I love how like the light splashes upward and just looks so good against those statues. You know, stuff like that. You didn't notice it? You know, I didn't either until someone commented and said, this isn't 4x4, this is 2x2. And I was like my mind was just blown when I read that comment. I was like horrified because I literally went 24 hours without realizing it, and then I fixed the title. And then I changed it to like 4 tile because I mean, it was a mistake. It was straight up a mistake. It wasn't even like me trying to like mislead people. I just fucked up. For some reason, I had the same thought when I was 4x4, when 4x4 was mentioned. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I didn't even realize it. And then, like, when someone pointed it out, I was like, oh, shit. I never changed the title. And then I realized I done goofed. It was kind of silly, but it was a genuine mistake. Like, I actually fucked up there. I'll admit, I fucked up. Here's another. So this, these are, like, what, 2 tile sides? Yeah, these are like 2 tile hallways. So like if you have like a straight line like this, I put a bunch of sofas and stuff. But you know, when you go up the stairs, it's like really chill too, because you have this little outdoor area that's super nice. You know, it's a nice castle to sit and chill at too. But yeah, you know, mistakes happen. I do apologize for that. But it's fixed now, so hopefully that'll be enough to help people out. But yeah, I think maybe I'll try to make like 1 video a week that's kind of similar to the video I made like 2 weeks ago and the video I made this week. But I think the next video is probably just gonna go over hallways, because that's something that I got asked about. Someone, you know, asked me about that. They're like, oh, can you do like a video on hallways? Yeah, it was a room full of trippy shrooms. Oh yeah, that's something I should mention. So this room, right? So apparently, you can put, okay, so you see how we have, you see these tombstones here, right? Apparently, the, what is it called? The growing plots, right? Like the outdoor growing plots, as long as the ground is like actual grass, you can actually place these underneath tombstones. So in theory, I could have placed one under a tombstone and just put like roses there, or like morning lilies right on top of the tombstone as a decoration if I wanted to. It's just, yeah, it's a trippy garden. Well, actually, no, it's not a trippy garden. This is actually ghost shrooms. These are ghost shrooms. It looks kind of purple because of the lighting, but it's actually blue. Yeah. So if you wanna mourn the dead and have like a little, you know, you wanna put like a flower on a gravesite, you can. The only thing though is I don't think it works with flower pots. I don't think you can put flower pots on top of it. I think it actually prevents you from doing that. But to be fair, these already come with a flower pot on top, so maybe that's something to think about. But yeah, there's a lot of cool, funny things you can do in this game. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Yeah, so here's the plan for this week, the rest of this week. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, There'll be shorts coming out over the weekend. Sunday, I'll post my schedule for next week. Tomorrow, there'll be a members only stream at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it'll probably be like maybe around 2 hours. And I'm just going to be building the Gloomrock Castle on the separate save that I have. So be there or be square. Whatever that means. And yeah, I guess we had a good week. Today's session was pretty good. And I feel good about, you know, the direction that the castle and Silverlight's coming out with. So hopefully we do a little bit of garden work next time. I don't know. It really depends on how I feel. 'Cause today I felt like making like an dungeon. Not a dungeon, an dungeon, because it wasn't down, it was up. You know? I forget who said that, but it was funny that they said that. But yeah, thank you so much guys for coming out to watch my stream. I very much appreciate it. Special thanks to all the members in the chat. Special thanks to, there was someone else I wanted to thank too. I forgot. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Special thanks to anyone I forgot to thank. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go raid someone over on the Kick side, maybe the Twitch side. I don't know who I'm raiding yet, but I hope you'll have a wonderful weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. And as always, Xolo out.